All right, we are live, hopefully. Let's see. I'll wait a few seconds here to see if it's actually working. If not, I'm just recording, so probably just edit this out. I don't know. I gotta mess with the microphone. I gotta make sure I can hear myself. I gotta make sure you guys can hear me. And we will see. Bum, ba, bum. Would like to start streaming a lot more, but we will see. I don't really know. I don't know. I messed up. I used to stream a lot, and now I've gotten out of touch. Don't seem like it's really working. Shoot. Stream. Should be working. Oh. You're live. All right, there it is. Nice. Let's get rid of my echo. Oh, wow. Oh no. All right. So we are live. Welcome back to the Saving 22 podcast. I'm just messing with the volume. Welcome back. It's been quite some time since I have recorded a video. I'm happy to be back. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just back. So, without further ado, we're going to launch the intro. Might get into some stuff here that might not be allowed online. I'm not monetized, but if I was, I would get demonetized probably. And yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the Saving 22 podcast, a podcast for veterans. I'm your host, Trevor Blazik. Let's get into the episode. All right. So, it's been a while since I talked to you guys. First off, go Cubbies. Next off, hockey's coming back. Football is back. I am moved into a new place. I think I was last episode. Told everybody I have gotten a new job. I'm working on cars. I'm not the best at working on cars. And there is zero rules, really. Like, there's zero SOPs. So someone coming from a veteran background or veteran background, military background, to have zero SOPs and zero regulations, really, other than the main city regulations, it's kind of, I don't know, it's messing with my head. You don't have to follow a manual either. The boys in aviation will understand. Not following a manual is absolutely absurd to me. They just completely trust you to work on cars. Well, me not yet, but for the most part, everybody there has worked at mechanic shops before, so I'm really the only one that hasn't worked on cars before. It's fun. The guys there, it's blue collar fellas. All of them are white. Head PC guy is Vietnamese, moved here from Vietnam. And the rest of the fellas, we don't see him too much. The rest of the fellas are just blue collar white folk just trying to make it in this world. And we talk about a lot there. Sort of political, but also not political because it's our life. So everyone talking about not being able to afford anything. I don't make enough off of that salary to be able to just live. I would have to work a second job. Luckily, I got disability money and I'm going back to school starting Monday. We're back, baby. Might be playing hockey, but literally don't make enough money to live. My rent is $1,850. Car, I got a nice cheap Camry. I think it was 11 grand, paying $250 a month for that. Car insurance, $250 a month for that. Phone bill, groceries. It's just internet. You pretty much need internet. You need a phone. You need a car. I mean, you don't need it, but I mean, if you want to just live normally, like, you need a car. So, I don't know. It's tough if you're a single fella trying to make it. It's tough, but I think that's a big reason why they're doing it. They're forcing people to live with somebody else or rush into a relationship so that you get dual income. And this stems back since World War II. I mean, World War II is kind of the start of women in the workforce, and then it got pushed and pushed and pushed. I mean, what's Rosie? You see them bicep? Rosie? Getting women back, not back, starting in the workforce. Now you get to tax two incomes. You get to get a third income by getting daycare. Now daycare is a thing. Now the family isn't raising their family. They're just going to daycare and come back home. Daycare takes at least half of what the second person makes. So now you're really only getting an additional half income because you got to send your kid to daycare. Or after you make it to kindergarten or pre-K, you send your kid to school. And now your kid is getting ran by the government. Off to a good start here. Now your kid is learning only what the government wants to teach them. Then they come home from school. They get on an iPad or get on TV or get on a video game because the parents just worked 8 to 10, 12 hours because they have to. And they don't want to take care of the kid. Maybe not take care of. They don't want to, they're drained. And a kid's a lot of work from what I hear. Looking forward to it someday. And they're drained. And now kid's getting ran by the government, comes home, brain rots, TikTok, whatever it is, until it's time for bed, wake up, do it all over again. Parents are in a tough bind because if you want to homeschool your kid, you need to make, I don't know, probably 60 grand to 90 grand a year, which is kind of not happening because H-1B visas and student visas are through the roof. So now people come from other countries where they would be blessed enough to work 80 hours a week for themselves instead of working for the government or being an absolute squalor or being ran by a cartel. So they're fine with coming here working for $10 an hour because it's better than their country where they're making $5 an hour, $10 a day. It's better than that. So they'll come here, take our job, and work 80 hours a week, grind. And now I get out of college. I don't know anybody getting out of college using their degree and making good money because guess what? Someone has taken their job. Now we get into the H-1B visas. You get a visa to come over here and take our job. How does that make any sense? You want to come here and work? Cool. Get over here, take our job. Well, we need H-1B visas so that we could be the best in the world and we could have the best workers and the smartest people working on everything. Dude, if you're telling me that an American cannot outperform really anyone on the globe, I just find that hard to believe. Sure, and when you get to the top 1% of people, now you got a thing where you're fighting. It might not be American. But why do we need to differentiate the top 1 and top 2? We're going to have more top 2 people, top 2%. We'll go with top 5. So if you want the top 5% of, we'll say mathematicians, sure, you might get beaten out a little bit. But overall, if you take out not just mathematicians, if you want to go mathematicians, scientists, doctors, you take all the fields, America will win, and I will put my money on that every single time. So to say we wouldn't be the best unless we take these people from other countries is absolutely absurd. We would still be the best. Third cup of coffee this morning. I don't know, going on rants because I've been listening to a lot of things, reading a lot of things. I got into Jesus and not got into Jesus. Jesus got into me. And I'm a firm believer. And what's happening now is, was this like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, Israel bombed a church, Christian church in Gaza. I think 70 Christians died. And we go back to the Bolshevik Revolution, which nobody knows about, never learned about in school. I never learned about the Bolshevik Revolution in school. You want to know why? Because we got taught the Holocaust. You want to know why we got taught the Holocaust? Well, because I just found Epstein's father-in-law, Mr. Maxwell, was a MI6, CIA, Mossad, KGB asset. He was a 4P. This dude was running the show. He gets a hold of what was not previously called McGraw-Hill, but is what is now called McGraw-Hill, and starts translating German because he learned German. Hey, I know German. I'll translate all of the Germans' science from World War II and all of their documents. I'll translate them. I'll put them in books. We can publish them. Creates this publishing firm. Translates all the books. It's part of McGraw-Hill. If you don't know what McGraw-Hill, look it up. That's what every book I buy from school is. Perhaps that's why they're $300. Israel starts asking for loans from him because he's got this new company. Ask for loans. He starts taking out of the 401k and the pension plan and all that stuff to loan to Israel. When he goes back finally to Israel and says, hey, I need my money. We're going to go bankrupt here. I need my money back. I need you guys to start paying me off that loan. He mysteriously dies, falls off his ship, falls off his boat in the middle of the ocean. Gone. Robert Maxwell, look it up. But his legacy lives on. So somehow he gets that. We all start reading those books and we learn about the Holocaust. Now, the Red Cross numbers for Auschwitz just dropped to like 60,000 deaths. That was supposedly the worst death camp in the Holocaust. I'm not denying the Holocaust. It happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen before I get absolutely reamed on this. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying the narrative is false, just like every other thing. History is written by the victors. False. I'm sure you guys have seen Winston Churchill catch absolute heat because he was just a drunk. If you learn about Winston Churchill, he got into debt, gets bailed out by bankers. Somehow, after getting out of, I believe it was Parliament in Britain, he gets out. He has this absolute mansion with servants, but he's making zero money. Who's paying his bills? Guessed it. Israel, Jewish bankers, are now paying Winston Churchill's bills until they push him to the forefront. Now he's prime minister or whatever the hell they call it in Britain. Absolute drunk. You learn that the voice of Winnie the Pooh actually did some of his radio casts, some of his announcements on the radio because they sound the same and Churchill was too drunk to do that. And now we got Churchill pushing a war that we don't want to be in. Then you learn, U.S. actually did know about Pearl Harbor. They got warnings and they didn't do anything about it. Boom. We get sent into the war. Start fighting. We end up using a nuke, 2 nukes on Japan. Boom. Now we feel like we're gods. We just absolutely obliterated 2 cities in Japan, completely destroying their culture because their culture before was never surrender. Destroy 2 cities. Now we feel like God. Now America thinks they're God. Boom. There goes God out of America. There's no more God in America. Tough, right? So now Israel is established. which surprisingly, that's what Hitler also wanted. Europe, or Israel, is established. They get people coming over from Europe. So Israel is mostly Eastern Europeans now. The chosen ones, they say, Jewish. No, they're mostly Eastern Europeans. Israel starts taking over their whole, everyone around them for the past, almost 50 years. They've been taking out everybody. They started in, I think it was 48. You want to get into the Shroud of Turin. Somehow that becomes into Israel's possession, or about Israel's or the Catholic Church possession, I want to say in 49, and boom, nobody hears about the Shroud of Turin. If you don't know about the Shroud of Turin, it is absolutely incredible. Look it up. Essentially, that's Jesus. It's the proof that Jesus existed. Nobody can deny it. That is the way that Jesus was like, no, years and years and years and years, thousands of years down the line, I'm going to make sure they cannot get rid of me, and there's absolute proof of me, and there it is. Jesus, Shroud of Turin, negative. If you type in negative, you'll see it's the flip black background instead of white background, and it looked like you could see Jesus in the picture. It's insane. Israel starts taking over the countries around them. I want to say when they get into Egypt, America didn't want them to get into Egypt, so they have USS Liberty in the coast watching them. Israel gets nervous, goes, oh no, USS Liberty might find out about us over here. Let's bomb them. Israel sends out people. USS Liberty starts getting bombed in the middle of the ocean with a big big American flag on the ship. No doubt about the fact that it's American ship. Israel starts bombing them. For some reason, the president does not communicate with them back. They completely lose their radio signal. They can't communicate to the president. They're waving down the Israel bombers. They're like, we're American, we're American. Israel doesn't care, continues bombing us. And there are literally survivors still to this day talking about this, saying, this happened. They're trying to erase it. Boom. Wipe that clean. Nobody knows about it. Israel starts taking over. More and more people around them start pushing in influence, American influence, Israeli influence. Israel's like, come on, America, we're going to take you with us. We'll pay all your politicians off. Just help us out. Just give us loans, help us out. Take over the world over here with us. So now, Israel has America under their wing. Now, look, I didn't plan for this whole rant. This just is coming off the dome, so there probably is some things wrong in here. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Jesus is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but this is a rant that has been stirring in my head. I've been getting an absolute incredible amount of criticism at work for all of my beliefs because I say that the number one issue in all of America right now is the Epstein and surveillance state that we're about to go in, and everybody at work is like, dude, you need to chill out. Like, bro, y'all don't I explained the Epstein thing to everybody at work. No, it's a bunch of blue-collar fellas. They go to work, they go home, they get their kids. Just about everyone there has kids, or if they don't, older, they just hang out. Doesn't really matter to them anymore. I explain all the Epstein stuff to all of them because I'm a younger fella. I can look into this. I definitely have a different view on everything because I was in the Army, and they're all like that. It's like it doesn't make sense in their head. It's too big of a concept for anyone to understand, and I think that's a big problem with America. Too big of a concept. Let's focus on the little concepts and make them big. Little concept. Black people don't like white people. White people don't like black people. Black people are killing white people. White people are killing black people. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on race. All these little things that are coming in. I don't know. Everybody is pretty much has a general understanding that they are completely distracting us from what's actually happening. Like people would not disagree with that. If I went to work and said they're distracting us from what's actually happening, they'd be like, duh. But what am I going to do about it? It's like, bro, I don't know what we could do about it, but at least knowing about it and talking about it, it's too big to talk about. We can't do anything. Why talk about it? It's just depressing. It's like, bro, What's going to be depressing is I would say max 5 years, AI takes over because big beautiful bill. I need to know more about that. I don't know if it passed or not, but AI, you can't sue them for 10 years. Complete free reign. Everybody go do what they want. That sounds good, right? That doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, I tell them about all of this. Epstein, all his connections, Ghislaine completely being a Mossad asset. Like, hello, her dad being a Mossad asset. Epstein getting his first job. Bill Barr, maybe it's his father. I can't remember his father's name, but the AG gets a job to a elite school, ends up with no credentials, drops out of college, no credentials, elite teaching job or teaching job at elite school, ends up getting complaints. Well, girls are getting uncomfortable around him. He's not really teaching. All right, boom, he's gone. Ends up getting a finance job. At the finance job, he has to leave. There's some type of fraud going on. He becomes a partner within 3 years with zero credentials, becomes a partner. Weird. Gets to America, starts his own financial firm. Now he has clients. No client list, but somehow he has clients because he's making billions of dollars. He's somehow a billionaire. Nobody knows how. He has zero credentials. Just got caught for fraud at a financial institute. Not to mention the guy, Barr. I think it's William Barr. Maybe I should look this up. Bill Barr, dad. Donald Barr, who was a part of the OSS before the CIA. That was OSS in World War II. So I'm sure he knew Robert Maxwell. He gives Epstein his first job. He writes a book about pedophiles and how there's this space. It's called Space Relations. I need to read the book. I don't really want to, but I feel like I should. And I hope you guys kind of know most of this, but it's also good for me to regurgitate it and kind of try and teach it so that I learn it more. He writes a book, and it's about how these people in a space colony have so much power they get bored, they start fiddling with kids. And you want to talk about the Talmud, Jewish book, Jewish sacred text. Talmud, 3 years old, you are now a child who good enough to have sexual relations with. I could also read the Talmud, so I'm not just taking words out of context, because I hate it when people do that with the Bible. So I could be doing that right now, and if I am, I apologize. But from what they're displaying, it's not too outlandish to believe, especially considering the beginning of this week, some dude who's meeting with the NSA and the FBI gets caught being a pedophile, and then boom, don't take his passport away. He's off to Israel, known as a safe haven for pedophiles. Make it make sense. That's the only way it makes sense. So this is getting tough, dude. I don't know if you guys will like this. Leave a comment and all that, because wow, Trevor, you're so radical. You really believe this is all going on? It's like, bro, the evidence supports it. Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck, dude. I'm about to have to go to Rumble instead of YouTube. Shoot. All right, where was I in this whole Epstein story? Epstein comes over here, has some clients. He gets arrested. What was it? It was like 2009 was the first Epstein arrest. First Epstein arrest. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see, 2005. Criminal investigation in Palm Beach. 2006, indicts him state felony on prostitution. Alex Acosta. Okay. I'm not great with the years. '07. He's indicted. He's going to court. Alex Acosta, the U.S. attorney, says in an interview, I was told that this is above my pay grade and he is an asset. So literally just comes out and says it. So good for Acosta, first of all, because most people would just not say nothing. But for him to say something, surprised he's not dead or something, or committed suicide. For him to say something is incredible. He gets off, gets a sick plea deal, goes to the county jail, and has his own wing, his own jail cell, and is allowed out to go to work. I believe it was 10 hours a day, go to work. I believe Sundays he wasn't allowed to. So 6 days a week he's able to leave, go to work. He hires Epstein. Epstein hires the guards there, the police there, to be his own security detail when he meets with his clients outside of the jail. It's even said that they got him a nice TV and a nice room to watch TV in. They did not have a TV before. They got one for Epstein. So Epstein somehow gets this sick deal after being charged with prostitution of under 18, solicitation of prostitution with a minor under the age of 18, 18 months in a minimal security prison. I'm sorry, not prison. He just went to the county jail. Imagine you get like a DUI and you have to sit in the jail overnight till they let you out, a drunk tank. And like Epstein just walks in. You're just chilling there because you got a DUI, or you like get picked out for shoplifting. You like accidentally steal something from Walmart and they pick you up for shoplifting. You go to the county jail and Epstein's there. Hilarious. And I don't know. I don't think the Epstein thing should die down, so I'm just giving another rundown of it. Of just a normal, I'm 27 years old. I'm a working man. I hang out on the weekends. I drink me some wine. I play me some video games. I read me some books. I just work on cars for a living. I come home. I chill with my fiance. I go to church. I'm in the Bible. I'm a Jesus following American. My buddy at work goes, so what? I don't get it. So are you a Republican? It's like, no. Are you a Democrat? No. All right, but you lean more Democrat? I'm like, no. Well, what are you? I said, I am a Jesus following American. Jesus loving, Jesus following American. That's it. I don't have any, and shout out to Nick Fuentes for this, I don't have any affiliation with any party. Neither one of them for how many years has given us anything. Oh, Reagan was the best. Reagan started the war on drugs so that nobody can do any drugs but pharmaceuticals pretty much legally. It wasn't even Reagan. Guess who it was? His wife. Who gave her power to do this? What? Hello? What are we doing? How does that make any sense? It doesn't. Everyone's like, oh, that was years ago. It doesn't matter. I'm reading 1984 right now. And if you haven't read it or you don't know what it is, go pick it up, bro, because this book it lays out a lot of what they're doing now. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I want to read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, I think his name is. I have it, but I'm almost done. I'm like 30 pages away from finishing 1984. They do this on purpose. If it was, what was it? He who controls the past controls the present. He who controls the future controls the past. Something like that. Let's look up the exact quote. Control the past. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. If you can erase all of the past, you can control the future. If you can control the present, you can control the past. It's beautiful. And that's what they're doing now. Everything is such a massive thing. You see it on the news, and it's all over every single news owned by. I'm not going to say who it is. is JM. And you look into all of it, and they're like, man, they actually own everything. 2% of the population. They actually just kind of own everything. Like, And even if, okay, even if they control everything, you don't have to hate them. You can literally just love Americans more. Not dual citizens, love Americans. So even if you're like, they control everything and they are shooting down all of us Americans, my fellow Americans who fought for this country, they're shooting us completely down because they own everything. Don't you love Americans more than you love Jewish people? And if you don't, move to Israel, go be a part with them. Don't get dual citizenship. I think we need to completely wipe out dual citizenship. No dual citizenships. No, you're either all in on America or you're all out. See ya. I don't care. You are a citizen of America. If you're probably coming here because we're the best, right? That's what everybody says. They're coming here for a better life. This is the best place for a better life, best opportunity, most free. So if you think we're the best, why not just be only a citizen of America? Why do you need citizenship elsewhere? That I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense in my head. If we are the best, cool. Come here, be the best with us, but you're staying here. You're not getting a citizenship somewhere else. You get a passport, go over there, hang out, whatever, come back. You're in America now. You're an American. That's what it should be to be an American. But it's not. It's not. They can do whatever they want. They can live wherever they want. Citizenship wherever they want. Control whatever they want. I mean, let's look up. They control the music. Let's. What do you demographic? Right, I think that's what it's called. Now I'm streaming, so this is obviously a little different. Ownership. What the heck was that? How did I just do that? I mean, Oh, here's one that I've never seen before. Let's check it out. Can I zoom in on this? No, I have to go to Wikipedia, pull it up at large. Okay, tell me how this makes sense. If let's see, Tejas, how much? 1% to 1.9. Let's see up here. I don't even know these states, dude. I North and South Dakota. Not good at this. Not good at geography. Sorry. North and South Dakota are 0.1%. North and South. This is the line of thinking that I go through to figure out what's actually going on. North and South Dakota governors, mayors, senators, Jewish. Oh, here we go. Oh, what? Wait. These are all right now? Hold on. Start, end. Okay. Incumbent. Currently. Okay. Georgia, California, Michigan. Now let's look at this. Georgia, California. Wow, big population over in California. Michigan, 2%. Around 2%. This is what I'm saying. How could they all just be Connecticut? 16 years in Colorado. Colorado's got a decent amount. Al Franken, Minnesota, resigned. It don't make sense. Oh, here we go. Michigan. Dude, I don't know what these little fellas are. I should probably learn that. California, Connecticut. These are just. I wonder what it's classifying as Jewish, because they've also done that, made it an ethno state. So now you have the religion and you have from Israel, which also the like Jewish blood. So I can never be Jewish. I can convert to Judaism, but they don't. I don't think they accept people who aren't born Jewish. But born Jewish, how many people of Israel are Eastern European? I'm going. This is might not post this. Might just post it because somebody's got to say something about this, because it's getting out of control. So males, females. Well, it's male surplus, female surplus. AI mode. I wonder what AI has to say. Significant portion being of Eastern European descent through Ashkenazi Jews and immigrants from the former Soviet Union, which they wanted. Let's talk about former Soviet Union. Mr. Maxwell was a double agent working kind of sneaky in the KGB and also for the Mossad. Mr. Maxwell goes to Soviet Union trying to poach their Jews off them. There's a mission, and they tried to send Jeffrey Epstein. He tries to send Jeffrey Epstein and the other people in the group also going to Soviet Union to try and poach their Jewish population. Literally say to him, this dude is an idiot. We're not taking him with us. No way are we taking this guy. You want this guy to go out with us? Dude, I ain't going with him. No. You can keep him. He's going to blow our... He's going to mess up the whole thing. We're not taking him with, so he doesn't go with. Oh, you want us to take him, dude? Hell no. I'm not coming. Sorry, I had to look at the stream there for a little bit. What else we want to get into here? Oh, okay. So I'll talk about how this all came about. For me, why I learned about all this. I came home from overseas. I went overseas. I think it was 2021 and 2020. It's COVID. Went there during COVID. Went there during George Floyd riots. Great reset, as we should be calling it. Went to Iraq. Went to Afghanistan. First trip, and then I went to Iraq. Second trip, 2021. And it was fun. It was awesome. Supported SEALs, supported Delta Force as 19, 20-year-old, and then 21-year-old second time. And it was incredible. I loved my time in it. Just a standard helicopter mechanic. That's all I was, except we were in the best engine shop in the world, but whatever. Best of the best. And went over there and didn't really know what I was doing. They kind of... I knew... Within my job, I knew what I was doing. I was competent. I was able to work on the helicopter. Able to work on the helicopter. There was no issues with that. I was a patriot. I was American. I have an American flag tattooed on me with an eagle. It's my first tattoo. Second tattoo. I was American. I was born to love America. That's how my parents raised me, and I'm very fortunate for that. They kind of used my patriotism against me. That's their goal. Like, let's use the patriotism against these kids, get them in the army, and 9/11 happens. We're going to fight. We are going to fight. We got to fight. They attacked us. Who's they? Well, Bin Laden, Hussein. They came after us. We got to. They hit American soil. Flew two planes, hijacked two commercial planes, flew them right into the Twin Towers, then into the Pentagon. We gotta go over there and fight. We can't stand idly by. This is ridiculous. Vice, a good movie with Christian Bale, big Christian Bale guy. Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney, great movie. Definitely highly recommend. Goes over the whole 9/11 scenario. with Dick Cheney and Dick Cheney's life and how Dick Cheney took over everything. First vice president to use the powers of the vice presidency. I mean, smart of him to do it. Used it to take over the world. Good for him. We gotta go fight. Trevor, young American, young white American. Let's get you in the army. We'll pay for your college. We'll pay you to go. We'll double pay you if you get married. Scammed me there. And let's get you over there to fight. So I joined the army. Best decision for me. I don't regret it. But they got me. I go overseas. I come back. I'm about to go the next time COVID hits. They're like, you got to get the vaccine if you want to go anywhere. You can't go home. You can't leave the base. I think it was 50 miles maybe. 50-mile radius from the base. You can't leave. We don't want to get COVID around these parts. Got to get the vaccine if you want to go anywhere. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm supposed to deploy. I'll just do it. I'll listen. Same with the smallpox vaccine. I'll have that scar on me for the rest of my life. And I won't forever forget it. Get the COVID vax. It helps. It will stop transmission. You won't stop. It won't stop you from getting it. You'll still get it. Still get COVID. But you won't transfer it over to somebody else. Help save the world. Do your part. What did the White House? It was like Biden literally said you got to. What, it was like a winter of death in your family if you don't get the vaccine. I'm sorry, what, bro? What you mean? I gotta listen to you, or my family dies? What are you talking about? Barely kills anyone. It was the elderly was getting. I'm not saying it was completely false. It did kill people. People at work got smacked by it. So COVID, the disease was real. The young people. It barely affected the young people. My older brother still has zero sniff. He cannot smell. 0 sense of smell. But get the vaccine. Won't be able to do nothing. I was like, well, I'm about to deploy coming up again. I want to get out of here. This place is insane. I want to go overseas, make some money, have a good time, do my part for America. Before I do that, though, it was kind of routine for me to go home first. You can't go home. You can't fly a plane. You got to get the vaccines. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll go get the vaccine, dude. Dang. I'll get it. Do my part. I get the vaccine. I think that was in I don't know, it had to be like December or January of 2022. Like, I'll get the vaccine. I got the vaccine. I'm trying to get out there. I want to be cool. I want to be over there with them dogs that they got in the gym, just hanging off of speed bags, punching them in the stomach. Don't let go, dog. You let go, you're done. You're fired, dog. Literal dogs. Doing sled carries, bro. Sled drags, whatever you want to call them. Dogs going up and down the damn turf. 35 pounds on a sled. That's more than most of Americans can do. The dogs are doing it. I want to go see that cool shit again. 'Cause that was cool. Tell everybody I seen a dog in the gym. Try to work out while a dog's working out right next to you, dude. What are you going to do? You're going to stare at the dog, you're going to work out. You're going to stare at the dog because it's badass. That's America, baby. That's what we love. We live and fight for that. Like, I want to go back over there. Before I go back over there, though, I'm going to go see my family. Like, no, you're not. All right, I'll get the vaccine. I'll get the vaccine, bro. Hey, shoving it down my throat. I'll do it. Get the vaccine. January, get the vaccine. February, I'm controlling gate guard, making sure nobody attacks us on American soil again. Nobody gets in here that shouldn't be getting in here. All right. That's February. March, I got to fly from Tennessee over to Indiana. Trevor, hurry up. We got to fix this engine. Well, good thing I got the vaccine so I can travel. I can go save us. Let's fly out. We fly out. Nice little trip. Fix the engine. Dude, it was cold as hell, and it was storming, raining, storming. Trevor, go fix it. Hands are freezing. Got to take a couple breaks because my hands are wet and freezing. I can't feel them no more. I got to fix the fuel. It's a mess. We got to fuel it. Trevor, fix it. Trevor fixes it. after I fix it. We're going home, boys. Both of us. Get them up. Get them out. We're on the flight home. I lay down. Middle of my back when I get up is tingling, dude. Like, this don't seem right. Why is my middle of back tingling? Still tingles to this day. That was 3 years ago. Still tingles. 3.5. Like, this don't seem right. Next day, go in. Like, hey, middle of my back's tingling. All right, go get x-rays. See you tomorrow. Go get x-rays. See him tomorrow. Good old Mr. Alexander says, nah, dude, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Go get you some insoles. Like, well, I tried that already when I told you guys about this 3 years ago. I ain't going to get them damn insoles. Don't care. But got to check off the black and white. Let me go get them. Don't use them. Waste of time, waste of space. Don't use them. Play hockey that weekend. Play goalie. I think I had like 3 games, 2 games. Player and then goalie. Wore up. Dude shoots from the corner. Hits my shin. Get this massive, like, dent. Massive dent. Let's go in, Trevor. Let's get some free ibuprofen because you already know that's good candy. Best candy out there, ibuprofen in the Army. 800 mgs, dog, for free. You need that for free? Let me get some. Go in. I'm like, hey, my shin hurts. Go back. I'm sitting in the waiting room for like 30 minutes. I'm like, this don't seem right, dude. I just told you all I want was ibuprofen. I'm trying to get back to work because I'm the best at what I do. Gotta save Rangers. Rangers are dying. Y'all are taking this long to get ibuprofen for me. Sit and get called back. Little Miss Captain back there calls me back. Sits me down. Got 3 screens pulled up. Taps my knee. All right. You got reflexes. Shin's fine. Get you some ibuprofen. Any other issues? I'm like, no, I'm good. Let me go back to saving lives, baby. Go back to saving lives. She's like, hold up. I see you got scoliosis. I'm like, whoa. Scoliosis? What you talking about? Yeah, you got scoliosis. You can't be in the Army no more. I was like, what? Can't be in the Army no more? I was going to do 20 years. What you mean I can't be in the Army no more? Yep, here's the regulation. You can't be in the Army. That's your x-ray right there. X-ray shows you can't be in the Army. That's bad. You can't be in here. You're not deployable. Well, I'm supposed to deploy like right now. No, can't. You're out. Put in your paperwork today. You'll get a call in a week. Life is shattered. Got to sell my house. Got to do all that within 8 months. Start smoking weed. Bad decision. Shouldn't have done it, but it saved my life. I was about to kill myself. I didn't kill myself. Stop drinking. Started smoking, which is good alternative. But, hey, it's illegal because of Reagan. Thanks. All right, so they scanned me into the vaccine. I can't deploy no more. I go home. See the Afghanistan pullout. I'm like, dude, I was supposed to be on this Afghanistan pullout. Now my boy's in there. And I got to sit at home. Can't do nothing about it. I again, boom, started crying again. Don't care what y'all say. I started crying. I'm an emotional man, all right? Start crying again. This ain't cool, man. I was supposed to deploy. I was supposed to be that guy in that airplane. Now someone else has to suffer because I can't do it. Well, now I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, what did I even do all that for? Why are we pulling out of it? I just set up Afghanistan. We just pulled out and now there's nothing going on. Like, what happened? Start looking into things. I'm like, last year I'm in a religion class learning about all the world religions. And I learned about Islam, Muslim. And I learned the difference between Sunni and Shiites is that when Muhammad died, his either little brother and a cousin, relative, said, no, Muhammad just passed the torch to me. I'm supposed to lead Islam to the promised land. But his father-in-law also said, no, he gave it to me. I'm the one with the torch. This dude's lying. Boom. The division begins there. So now you got Sunnis believing Sunni or Shia. I don't know which one believes which, but they're fighting each other. One's more fundamentalism. They go by exactly what the Quran says. The other says a couple different things. Like, well, why am I going overseas? What's going on here? I asked my professor after class. I'm like, hey man, so what was I doing in Iraq and Afghanistan? What's your take? He's like, well, Sunnis are fighting the Shiites. Shiites are fighting the Sunnis. That's why we went over there. I'm like, well, all right, that's cool. I learned about that. I'm like, some don't seem right. Like, if they're just fighting each other, let them fight each other. Who cares? We're over here. We got an ocean dividing us. We're on our own. We're way better than them anyways. We're not going to use their land for nothing. What's the point of even doing that? Look into it more, and I look into the CIA. I start reading a book. What was it called? Surprise, Kill, Vanish by Annie Jacobson. For anybody in the military wants to learn about what's going on over there, that's a good book to read. It goes into the history, how everything happened, how we got over there, what the spying situation was, how the presidents were. Surprise, kill, vanish. It's supposed to say that the CIA surprises them, kills them, and then boom, they're gone. And nobody ever hears about it. Nobody knows about it. They just go in and get out. All right. CIA goes in, gets out. They start controlling things. The CIA creates Delta Force, CAG. Now I read CAG in this book. I'm like, CAG. I remember hearing CAG. I look it up. I'm like, holy shit, this is Delta Force. I supported them in Iraq. Let me learn more about them. Delta Force is comprised of Green Berets who are literally trained in espionage. So our CIA is literally the top elite force who also knows how to be a CIA agent, like to be a spy. So we literally have, like, take SEALs and make them spies. Take Green Berets and make them spies. It stemmed out of the Vietnam War, which it goes into Vietnam too, and how that was a whole mess too. And learning about it from my boss who came from Vietnam. Took him 10 years to migrate here. And I'm cool with that. You want to immigrate, be an immigrant. 10 years is a little bit too long. Let's make that a little faster, but he's out of Vietnam. He's here. He worked, I think he's on like year 29 of working at the city. Come here, work for one of our cities. Complete utmost respect for you. Then you bring your family over here. Then you take over our a block. You got your whole family in one little corner. That's cool too. You got family values. I'm with that. That's American too. Work hard, family values. I never asked about his religion or nothing yet. I believe U.S. is a Christian country. We were founded on Christian ideologies. It's like 98% of America was Christian before the revolution. I want to say something like that. So, learn about all this CIA stuff. Learn about the Dulles brothers. Think just to put this in simple terms. Imagine you and your brother. If you don't got a brother, imagine you got a brother. You got a brother. You're in charge of the spy operations. And then your brother is in charge of the normal operations of the army, the one that everybody hears about. That's what the Dulles brothers had going on. One brother was in charge of the spies, their whole operation. The other brother was in charge of all the armed forces. That's absurd. But that's what happened. They control just about everything. It all stems out of the OSS, Office of Strategic Services. During World War II, they realized, Russia has a spy service. They're not stopping. We should have a spy service. Let's go up against Russia. We need to do peacetime espionage. Let's create the CIA. Start doing Cold War stuff, start doing all that. Then we start paying Israel so that they can get information from Russians to take down the USSR. Which it worked. We took down the USSR. Cool. But Eisenhower himself said we probably should have sided with the fascists in World War II. Was it Eisenhower or Patton? One of them top dogs. We probably should have sided with the fascists. I think we were on the wrong side this whole time. Been with the communists. Took out communists instead of fascists. We start paying Israel to take poached Jews through Maxwell. Now Israel is composed of Russians, Polish, Eastern European Jewish people who are helping America take down Russians, USSR. And it works. Boom. We successfully defeat them. We get a nuke. They get nukes. Nuke war. Israel. We give Israel nukes. We let Israel make nukes. The only one in the Middle East with a nuke. But we're bombing Iran right now because we don't want Iran to have a nuke. You want to know why we don't want Iran to have a nuke? Because they're the only country left that isn't under the control of the U.S.-Israel alliance, greatest ally. We can't let them have a nuke. If they have a nuke, then we can never attack them. We'll never be able to take them out because we know they'll just nuke us. Don't let them get a nuke. They're so close. They're months away from a nuke. We've been hearing that since like 1990s. Netanyahu's been saying they're months away. Next month they'll have a nuke. Couple weeks they'll have a nuke. For years now, 20, over 20 years. They're like, no, they're about to have one. We gotta do something about this. Gotta do something about this. Oh, go Trump. He bombed them. They're not gonna get a nuke. Well, why can't they have a nuke if everybody else has a nuke? Oh, no, we can't. We can't let jihadists, Muslims get nukes. Can't let them do that. Muslims are scum. Like, oh, you're Christian? You think Muslims are scum? No, I'm not Christian. I'm just American. Muslims are scum. Why are Muslims scum? Well, they bombed the Twin Towers. Did they? Did they bomb them? Because that don't make sense. They have no concept of how to fly planes or nothing, and they bombed us. They took out the towers. They took over planes, took out the towers. That don't make sense. Israelis are dancing during it. I'm sure it's nothing. Bush is in the sky while Cheney is giving orders. That don't make sense. Pentagon gets hit right where they keep all of their paperwork for their budget after 2 days before, 1 day before, learning they've lost millions of dollars. That don't make sense. Netanyahu comes to our Capitol Hill, our Senate, and says we got to start taking out Libya and Iran and Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan. We got to take them all out. These are jihadists. They're going to kill everybody if you don't do something about this. That don't make sense. What else don't make sense? They found a passport after the whole building blew up. You just found a passport on the ground of the pilot? Well, that don't make sense neither. There's no foliage of the planes, of the plane at the Pentagon? That don't make sense. We funded Afghanistan during the 80s against the Russians to have them have their own Vietnam, Mujahideen. Charlie Wilson's War, another movie about that. That don't make sense. What else don't make sense? Don't you see? A lot of this is just not making sense, but they're telling us it makes sense. Like, nobody has the mind to think about how none of this makes sense. They're blocking all the information from us to where we don't believe any of this actually happened, and we believe that we believe their narrative. Who runs the narrative? News channels, newspapers. Who owns the newspapers? Not going to say who owns the newspapers. JM. That don't make sense. So what really happened? What's really happening currently? How do you find out? So that's what the dudes at work are asking me. Trevor, where are you learning all of this stuff? Like, how do you learn all this and don't think it's fake? It's like, dude, you gotta put it together yourself. If you gotta learn one thing from this person, one thing from that person, then go look it up and go figure it out yourself, because they have their own perspective. If one's not Christian, they say they're Christian. If one's not Christian and they're just saying stuff, then that doesn't align with my beliefs. So what am I supposed to do? I got to look it up myself. Got to find for myself. And during the Army, while you're in the Army, I'm going to talk to some Army fellows, active duty, maybe National Guard people. It's hard to look into this because they say you cannot be political. If you're political, we have a problem with you, which is weird because the top guys, the top generals get their power, get their position because they're political. So I can't be political, but our top dogs can. Yeah, no, you just got to shut up and listen. And I get out, I'm like, shut up and listen. I'm done shutting up and listening. None of this is making sense. You guys are killing my boys. My boys are getting injured, losing arms, losing limbs for all this. I could look into it now. What are y'all going to do? You going to show up to my door? Go ahead, FBI. Where y'all at? Let's show up to my door. Show up to my door. I'll happily make me a martyr. Also a great podcast. Make me a martyr. I'm going to run this ad real quick. I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to run this ad. I'll be back. This episode is sponsored by Honor Guard Coffee. Steven, the owner, came on our show. The link will be down below. He's an incredible man. He was a Marine vet, faced a fair bit of suicide ideation himself, so he decided to start a coffee company to help with that. His whole mission is to pair every veteran in need with a service animal, so 25% of the profits are donated to doing so. I don't have a service animal. I have two great buddies with service animals, and they help them tremendously with everything they've witnessed and been through within the military. So I support Steven's mission. He supports ours. We align so well that I just had to get him on, had to have him as a sponsor. Each different coffee bean is a different service animal that actually served. So I think that's just a pretty neat thing to be doing. It's everybody loves dogs. I love dogs. Everybody loves dogs. And to pair that with saving veteran lives and coffee, I am extremely thankful to have Steven as a sponsor and Honor Guard Coffee as a sponsor. So go ahead and check out the link below. Get yourself some Honor Guard Coffee, honorguardcoffee.com. We appreciate your support, and let's move back to the episode, back to the mission of saving 22. All right, we're back. It's my boy Steven. He's oh no. He's doing great things for veterans, dogs. I'm gonna go get me some sweet tea too. I do want to say, though, I am not suicidal. I used to be. I'll say that. Used to be. Not suicidal. Jesus has saved me. Jesus is my king. I'm not suicidal. I do not fear death anymore. Because sooner I die, the sooner I get to see Jesus. But something I heard recently is God made you because he couldn't do this world without you. You are not an accident. God chose you. God made you because he thought to himself, I cannot run the world I want to run without you in it. So no, I am not suicidal. I don't really need this headset on, but I'm not suicidal. But I am more than willing to die for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And if you guys are killing Christians, then I got to talk about this. And if you disagree with me, dude, I will happily have you on my show. We could talk about it. Happily have you on my show and talk about it. Because my mind changes. I am very open to change. I go to work and boy from work challenges me. I don't want to just have somebody listen to what I say and not challenge me. This sweet tea is so good. But yeah, where was I? Dang, I forgot. Oh, how nothing makes sense. Right. Hold up, this sweet tea is so good. Maybe throwing another's in. This is fun, man. 'Cause I had to get this off my chest, dude. I've been I've been reading, I've been listening, and I'm sorry. And this may all of this may discourage a lot of veterans, and I might put this as a disclaimer before the show. This may discourage you a lot, and it has for me, and it made me suicidal, but I'm telling you, and if you know me, Jesus has saved my life. If you were in the Army and knew me, you knew that I was not a Christian. I did not follow anything. Matter of fact, when I got to basic training, I literally told them on a sheet of paper that I was an atheist. Guy picked up my paper and gave me the meanest, dirtiest look. I did not follow anything. This sweet tea smacks, dude. Oh, wow. Extra sweet tea Milos from Walmart. Go on ahead and get you some. Cane sugar, better than normal sugar. But yeah, I got extremely discouraged. I started just smoking nonstop. I'm like, this is all for nothing. Why am I even here? What am I doing here? And that's what a lot of people in general think. And I found out I'm here for Jesus. I'm here to carry out Jesus' mission, carry out his kingdom, further his kingdom. And if you want to talk to me about that, I'm more than happy to. But I just there's a lot bigger of a battle going on, and I'm sure you've heard it before, spiritual warfare. You are fighting demons. We are all fighting demons. If you are on God's team, because God isn't on your side, you're on God's side. If you're on God's team, it's hard to stand by and watch this without saying anything. But favorite verse in the Bible, Matthew 6:34. Do not worry about tomorrow, for the day has its own worries. And that is sufficient, I believe it says. The worry for the day is sufficient. So worrying about tomorrow, worrying about the next day, worrying about your future, I understand you got to get your things in order, but today is first. Make it through the day. As I did throughout basic training, I just got to make it to breakfast. All right, breakfast is done. Got to make it to lunch. Cool. Got to make it to dinner. That's all it is. Make it to the next meal. And that's what I started doing. And I it's not that the discouragement went away. It's still there, but I'm fighting it. Like, it still sometimes creeps up on me, but then I think about Jesus, and I'm like, man, oh, what is it? It is so good to be alive. And when you really break down the rest of the history of the world, it has been always the attack on Jesus and God and who God really is. And Israel and the Jews have been fighting, the I's and J's have been fighting against Jesus for more than 2,000 years. Think about that. I mean, you fight your own battles every single day, and even then you're done when you die. Your battle is over. And they have been fighting generation after generation after generation after generation for 2,000 years, bro. Because they cannot let the truth get out that Christ is king. That'll get me banned. Because that don't make sense. Shadow ban whatever for saying that. That don't make no sense. I'll be the first to say it. I mean, make it make sense. Christ is king. So yeah, I'm sick of being quiet. There's a genocide happening right now, but you're not allowed to say anything. If I went to I go to South Florida, University of South Florida. If I went to campus and I said, Gazans are getting murdered, this is a genocide, Israel's committing a genocide, I could get kicked out of college. They could kick me out. If you hold a visa, guess what they're doing now? This came out, I think, yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Trump, oh yay, Daddy Trump, is reviewing all visas. It's like 50 million visas, something like that. And they are taking away visas if you've committed any crimes. Guess what the second condition is? This blew my mind. Second condition. If you have ever criticized, drum roll, Israel, make it make sense. And now they're pushing J.D. Vance. Daddy Trump is doing all these great things for us. Let's push J.D. Vance now. Well, if you're not on Twitter, you probably haven't heard about Peter Thiel, Tucker Carlson, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump. What a great story we have here. J.D. Vance. Was it? He goes to like Yale or something? J.D. Vance College. J.D. Vance, yep, goes to Yale after going to Ohio State. Boo, Ohio State. Ugly, pudgy dude. Probably heard of him. Super hype around him. Peter Thiel, co-founder with Elon Musk of PayPal. So you know them two are close, right? Peter Thiel starts paying for Vance's way. Gets him a job. Funds his book, funds his movie, and now boom, 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 boom. Gets him up there to run for president. Tucker Carlson goes to Trump and says, Trump, if you don't take J.D. Vance as your vice president, the deep state is going to want to kill you. They will try and kill you. You must take him. Tucker Carlson, whose father was CIA. So who knows if Tucker's a CIA agent? We don't know. What is it? Operation Mockingbird, where Operation Mockingbird, CIA, involved wiretapping journalist suspected of leaking classified materials. Interesting. Project Mockingbird, where the CIA influences the media. Interesting. Surely that's over with now, along with MK Ultra, where they used LSD, German man created LSD to, Nazi if you so wish to say, created LSD, let's make it a truth serum. Hype people up on LSD and they'll tell us the truth. Brotherhood. Good movie for that. Who's in that? That's the dude from Suits, Harvey from Suits. Who else? Is that Matt Damon? Oh, come on. Is it Matt Damon? Maybe it's Ben Affleck. No, shoot. Let's look this up. Harvey from Suits. Gabriel Mack. What TV shows? I want movies, fam. The Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd. There you go. Good Shepherd. Great film. Matter of fact, might watch that again tonight. And I believe it is Robert De Niro, and it is Matt Damon, and it is Angelina Jolie. Good movie on MK Ultra. It kind of shows it there. Looking at Charles Manson. Read that book, Chaos. Tom O'Neill. I think. Tom O'Neill spends 25 years studying the official story of Charles Manson. None of it makes sense. None of it. Then you realize Charles Manson had a psychiatrist, Jack Ruby, who was also plugged into the JFK assassination. Lee Harvey Oswald gets shot. Who killed? Shoot. It's so many things to remember. I'm about to make a board right here and just start going through it every episode. Get a little redundant, but who shot Lee Harvey Oswald? Jack Ruby shoots him. Jack Ruby, psychiatrist. Jolly West. That's right. Jack Ruby goes on trial. Completely coherent first day. They try to get a psych reading for him. Doesn't happen. The lawyer says no. Take out that lawyer. Plug in a new lawyer. A new lawyer says no. We got to get a psych reading on this guy. That night, Jack Ruby goes sees Mr. Jolly West, who was also messing with LSD, free supply to Charles Manson. Messes with Jack Ruby, Jolly West. They meet. Got to get a psych reading on the guy. Next day, Jack Ruby shows up to court completely incoherent, can't say any words. Wonder what happened. If you don't know, LSD is about a 12-hour trip if you just take one dose. I'm not sure if it's the standard dose, whatever it is, 10 units, whatever. About 12 hours long. 8 to 12 is the typical length of that. So if you dose them up, you could dose them out the night before. He'll get no sleep because you can't sleep on that stuff. So I heard. Absolutely storming here. Goes to court the next day, completely incoherent. So now you're like, well, what happened there? Lee Harvey Oswald, solo gunman, shoots, kills the president somehow, straight through the neck, straight through the dome. And then he gets shot in broad daylight. That don't make sense. See how none of this is making sense? Again, sorry to discourage anybody who kind of didn't know any of this or never thought of any of this, but I'm telling you, man, there's evil in this world trying to control you, and you cannot let it. You cannot sit by and just let them control you. Go to work, not care about this, because that's a big phenomenon. You got older men in their 30s or whatever it is, and they don't care about this stuff. They're just living life. Go to the bars, watch some sports, loving life, and don't care about any of this. And that's exactly how, what the devil's greatest trick is, to get you to believe that he doesn't exist. There is a devil out there. And this devil is taking over the world. There's just so much evil in the world. How could they let it? God doesn't exist because evil exists. Well, no. God gives us free will, and you could decide to follow God's plan for you, or you can not listen to God. And if you're not listening to God, who are you listening to? The devil. Bingo. That's why evil exists. That's called sin. Not listening to God. Disobeying God's command. That was actually a good way of putting sin. I'm not a good disciple for the Lord, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. If you're wondering where to start, I personally started with the beginning, Genesis. Start seeing a lot. But if you want to know Jesus, start with New Testament. Go straight to Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Mark is very simple. Matthew's a little drawn out. And if you want to see it, if you're more of a visual guy and need to understand it a little more, The Chosen is an incredible show that'll show you exactly, not exactly, but it'll put it in a picture for you so you can visualize the times, what was happening, how Jesus was. I think it's a pretty good depiction. I hear so from a lot of Christians. And if you're turned off from Christianity because something happened to you in the past by a Christian or a church or a Catholic, different than Christianity, it's a stem of Christianity, but not a biggest fan of Catholicism, false idolatry, worshiping pretty much a priest, got to go to a priest. You could talk to God yourself, but if you want penance, got to go to a priest and a confession, just not a fan. And they don't, about 10 minutes of scripture each service, each mass. I wanted more. Now I get about 45, 50 minutes of my pastor talking to me. Oh, lightning. It is absolutely storming. If I cut out here, that is why. But yeah, I want to inform people to make their own decisions so that they can hopefully further God's kingdom as well. And it doesn't make me the best disciple, but I'm trying. I am trying. I'm going to do a quick impromptu ad because your boy has made his own website, own app about sports betting. So if you bet on sports, I'm sure you heard of AI. A lot of people use AI just for Google. It is much more than just Google. You can use it for literally anything. I've been using it to create this website, and this website is AI betting analysis. Essentially, you can go on here, you can choose which sport you like to bet on, and you can choose not choose. You can scroll through it. You'll see player props. You'll see what's some personal events, because yesterday I go to the Rays game and find out that there's a kid debuting. Would have been nice to know beforehand. Find out there's a kid debuting. I'm like, oh no, better hurry up. Me and my brother taking a hit, a home run. Boom, he hits a home run. Last at bat, baby, let's go. Carson Williams, good stuff, good stuff. Big Carson Williams fan now. But you can go on here in AI. I'll be getting a lot better at it. This is a constant, ongoing process. But scroll through, choose your date. Today is Saturday. Live scores. Oh, the Yankees versus Red Sox. I'm going to go watch that once I get off here. And track your performance when you sign in. Got bankroll management. I'll show you once I sign in. No games today, it says at the bottom. So let's click refresh. Let's see. No games today. Come on. Why is it not working right when I go to... Man. Clearly needs some work, but if you want, I'm going to run a beta testing, I guess, and give free subscriptions to this. Let's log in. Hopefully you guys can't just hack me here. Oh no, wrong password. There we go. Let's save that. Save. You log in, and here is your dashboard. You can mess around with fake bets and stuff too. Bankroll, so it teaches you, this is the Kelly Criterion calculator. It teaches you how to bet, the best way to bet instead of just throwing money at things. I wish it freaking was working, because it worked yesterday. And it's not the best yet. I got to put a disclaimer in here because you already know what will happen if I don't. Maybe it's my internet going in and out right now. It could be it. Update. Yeah, see, all right. So this was all yesterday. Oh, no, here we go. This is today. Bingo. Finally works. Anyways, you see the games. You see the lineups. You can see line shopping, where to go to bet. I mean, personally, I only got Hard Rock Bet. Don't take me there. Something to fix. And then, for the Toronto-Miami game, let's get some generate AI analysis. Now, this is also a work in progress. It's not easy to do all this. But I'll tell you what, it is fun. And it'll show you exactly top betting recommendations, key factors, risk alerts, all of that. When you join, you can see your schedule for your favorite team. If you don't have a favorite team picked out, Cubbies at Angels. You got to go to settings, and you can pick push notifications for your browser. I'm going to plan to make this into a bit of more of an app, so you can put it on your phone. You can get push notifications to your phone. Choose your favorite teams. Show your schedules, passwords, all that fun stuff. And then I plan to put like your home screens, your favorite team, and everything going on with your favorite team. That's the goal. Go to standings. This is just the MLB standings. I will be working on the others, but when they're not in session, when the season's not here, it's a little bit harder to mess around with. Cubbies 7 games behind. Hopefully the Brewers tank. But then you go to league standings and you get the cutoff for the playoffs. You can see Cubbies going in the wild card. I would like them to not do that, but yeah. So eventually it'll be $20 a month or $30 a month for all leagues. And then you can also get a yearly discount. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. I will eventually be adding advanced statistics for your team. You can get advanced statistics. It will all be pricing range and all that stuff. But figured I'd share with you guys what I've been doing on the side. Instead of recording, I come home and either I hang out a little bit, started going fishing. Fishing's been my new thing. Or I'll mess with this. Maybe play a few games with my boys. But this has been an awesome side thing for me to do. It's so much fun. If you guys want to learn how to do this stuff or have any ideas, comment below, DM me on Twitter. That'll also be below. And, yeah, we can go from there. Also have another one that I'm kind of messing with. Prayer request for everybody in the world. Hop on. You'll get a verse of the day. You'll get reflection. Start daily verse to your email. You can add a prayer. I need some milk. Submit your prayer. Boom. People can pray for you. So that's another fun one. I believe I have. Oh, another feature here on this app is this. I have not messed with this. I just added it, I think, 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. Give me an analysis for the Cubbies today. See if it works. Boom, 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 boom. Absolutely. To provide best analysis for the Cubbies today. June 24. Wow, that is a pretty full analysis. All right, well, we're not going to read all that. Because reading's weird, as the people at work. Like, dude, you read? What the hell's wrong with you? I like to read, man. Stay informed. But wow, we're going on an hour and 30 from me just chatting it up. It feels good. Feels good. Feels real good. It's absolutely storming here. I am going to probably get off and enjoy some time alone before the fiance gets home and we have ourselves a little date. Again, this is not to discourage anybody. God is good. Christ is king. And at the end of the day, every knee will bow. Every tongue will confess that Christ is Lord. Christ is king. So with that, fellas, ladies, fellas, gents, thank you for tuning in to my ramble. I'm hoping to post a lot more. This was a blast. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be streaming. Happy to be recording. Probably figure out a little more. Stream to a couple more platforms. This was only on Twitch. I'll leave my Twitch below in the description for those watching on YouTube. And see you soon. Remember, Christ is king. Be the church. Love one another. Love your God. Love your family. Love. Just love. Take out the negativity. Replace it with positivity. As my dad says, put a smile on someone's face today. And be happy. Be the man with a smile. Everyone loves a man with a smile. Peace out. Love y'all.